Tobin, as far as whale watching is concerned, apparently, according to The Ringer,
the
Heat are still in the race for both James Harden and Bradley Beal.
Yeah, everything's going wrong in Washington. Can we take advantage of this? I do feel bad because now I know that Duncan Robinson's mom's running to him every time there's a trade rumor.
You don't feel bad. You feel bad because you were wrong. Because now the Heat gonna end up with James Harden.
No, well, listen, I prefer Bradley Beal.
Hey, let me explain something to you.
What?
You put the curse of death on that thing in the beginning.
Why?
Just like you did with Jimmy Butler, just like you did with a number of other players. That's like you know what you something. You remind me of Jeff Fisher. We're not going 7-9.
That's what I remind you of?
I don't want Jimmy Butler.
That's not what I said.
What did you say? What did you say?
I said in the aftermath.
No.
While it was
going on.
No, while it was going on, I first wanted him from Minnesota. Then when he went to Philly, I said, may have dodged a bullet because he was getting into it with the coach. But who does he love?
Now he's on the Heat.
But it turns out.
So the same thing going to happen with James Harden.
That's not true.
You put yourself out there. Don't want him.
That's
don't
not true
want him.
because it's not the same.
Did you not say you didn't want him?
That's not what I said. Who James Harden?
James Harden.
No, I don't want James Harden.
Okay, so that you know what that means.
I want Bradley Beal.
Right, now starting that guard, James Harden.
That should might be
it's coming. It's coming.
No,
you put the jinx on it.
No, it's still gonna be.
Hey, how about that commercial? Hey,
James
the
Harden.
commercial, the jinx commercial, the Dr. Pepper commercial. But he go, you jinxed it. He can't hear me.
They sentenced him to jinxing.
They
10 days without Dr.
They came and
Pepper.
arrested him. Yeah. They came and arrested him.
No, I'm not jinxing anything. Like so you're telling me if I jinx it that we're gonna end up with James Harden? Like
that's how we ended up with Jimmy Butler.
That's not how we ended up with Jimmy Butler.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You said you didn't want Jimmy.
I
Butler.
didn't say
then
that.
after the fact, you said may have dodged the bullet.
That.
What does may have dodged the bullet mean to you,
May
Robbie?
have dodged a bullet is not saying I didn't want him. I happened to read a story about him fighting with the coach in Philly, and I just happened off the cuffs to say may have dodged a bullet. Then did we end up with
may
him?
Have.
I said may have. I said may have. I was there.
At no point in time.
I know my words.
Since I've known you.
I know my words.
Have you tiptoed around the English language?
No, dude.
Never. You're all in or all out.
Robbie, can you give me Duncan Robinson on JJ Redick's podcast, Old Man and the Three, which you could also get on the radio.com platform, but you're going to get Duncan's podcast also on radio.com. It is The Long Shot, but he was discussing yesterday the James Harden trade rumors and being in trade rumors and how now his mom is bothering him because she's getting app notifications.
The one thing that has been like kind of dangerous about the trade rumors is that my mom, who struggles with technology in general, I love her obviously, but like she has some Heat app. I don't even know how she has it. Like I don't even know what app it is. It's like not an official app. It's like some blog or whatever. And she just gets all the updates pinged right to her phone. And occasionally it'll boil over and she's like, no, I'm not going to talk to Duncan about this. I'm not going to do it. And then all of a sudden it's like, it's gone too far. And there's like some, reliable quote unquote source who says that I'm like in the mix. And then she calls me and be like, are you seeing this? Like, is everything okay? Like, do I need to do anything? And I'm like, just don't listen to, like, if you hear anything, like, hear it from me. And it's a real challenge. I mean, I know this is something that Tyler and I talked about too. There was definitely a stretch, particularly in training camp, where it was just like you couldn't pick up your phone without it being on there in some capacity. So it's definitely a challenge. But I don't know. I mean, I'm sure you've dealt with it throughout your career. I guess you just try to block it out as much as you can. It's unrealistic to think that it's going to be blocked out entirely, but that's just kind of the nature of the profession.
I would like Duncan Robinson's mom to drop the news of any trades now. Rob bomb.
She'll be too upset. a lot of times people outside don't think that, how dare you not want my kid anymore, right? And it's really not that, but that's how people close to you take it.
I mean, I don't think she'd feel that way with the Heat. She probably loves the Heat. The Heat gave her sweet little boy the chance to have a career. He's going to make a gazillion dollars.
Anytime your family sees you traded for another player, they think because your team thinks you're no good.
But he would be traded for an MVP.
It doesn't. Look, man, we're talking about family. Different. It's different.
If I was traded, let's just say Glenn calls me up. Hey, just checking in. Just kidding. We just traded you to WFAN for Mike Francesa because Francesa wanted to retire down here. And my mom was like, they didn't want you anymore. I'm like, yeah, but I was traded for Francesa.
No, see, no. Like you find.
No, who cares?
No. Who cares? Like I don't ever care about the circumstance in which things happen. I just care that these things happen.
Oh, who cares?
That was Mike Francesa's reaction to Stan Lee being dead.
Oh, who cares?
Jeez. Oh my goodness.
Okay, so he and Tyler had to deal with the trade rumors. They couldn't even look at their phones because
It's not even close. It's to being over.
they were just blowing up. And now the Ringer is saying that, well, guess what? The Heat are still in the race, and we think that they're going to be in the race all season for Bradley Beal and James Harden, who they may or may not feel good about where they're at right now as a team. But James Harden clearly still wants to be the hell out of there. And Bradley Beal, I mean, they're saying Scott Brooks is on the hot seat. Team stinks. He's saying that they can't guard a parked car. Russell Westbrook looks terrible. Their team looks terrible. They just lost Thomas Bryant for the season. It is high time, Leroy, that these old Washington Wizards trade rumors could be starting to pile up again for Bradley Beal. Ergo, do you like the fact that the Heat will go after Bradley Beal or James Harden? Are you all in on the beard, or would you like to see them go after the guy who is leading the league in scoring currently?
The beard or the Beal?
If I had a choice, we're talking about the next 2 years. Let's do that.
Yeah, let's
take
give it Jimmy Butler's contract. So let's say the next 3 years.
Harden is 31.
One.
And Beal is 27.
27, yes. Whoa.
Throwback.
I would take Harden.
Wow. All right.
Because we assume here. Here's what you can't assume in basketball, and you should all be quite aware of this. Everybody assumes you take the younger guy because when his contract up, he'll re-sign. And that doesn't happen. It's not a guarantee. So taking a young guy doesn't matter. I'm taking a better guy. What happened?
Well, I mean, he's the scoring champ though.
Who?
Beal.
What, 10 games into it? Are you serious?
Well,
Are you believing serious?
What,
You gonna give me a 10-game stat?
Last year too.
But James Harden has won the scoring title three of the last 4 years?
Yeah, perhaps.
And you're still telling, and you're gonna go with Bradley Beal because of the last 10 games.
I'm not going over. I'm going with Bradley. I'm going with Bradley Beal
no.
because he's younger. I'm going with Bradley Beal because he's younger.
It doesn't matter. They never stay.
Oh, actually, James Harden beat him by 4 points a game last year. Either
They
way,
never stay. You understand? You're signing for the future that is never gonna be here.
what do you mean?
What I mean is that after those 3 years, if the Heat have to reevaluate and make some moves or get rid of some guys and prep for 2027.
What are you, we the Kings? We don't play games like that. Oh, what if they leave in 5 years? Get the hell out of here. Tell that to Pat Riley. He'd laugh in your face. He'd laugh in your face.
Okay.
He'd laugh at you.
Okay. Somebody said Leroy is delusional. Do you watch basketball? What?
Leroy, he won't stop flirting with the Heat. All right, Bradley Beal. He's been doing it for 2 years. Okay.
So what?
Bam's wearing his jerseys after games. He loves Dwayne Wade. He idolizes Dwayne Wade, shadow president. I mean, and he's got none of the baggage that James Harden does.
Basketball is the only sport where I'm not going to plan too far into the future.
Oh, and here's another thing. Doesn't go dribble, 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 dribble. He actually can fit off the ball because he's played with an all-star point guard before, so you could seamlessly put him right in there.
Well, you have Duncan, so you can't have two guys running around.
Oh, really?
Here's what you need. Here's what you need on this team.
Guess what?
You need another ball handler and a guy who can create shots.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. Duncan Robinson's going to be enjoying a lot of monuments if this trade happens.
I'm telling you, for the next 3 years, I want James Harden. Didn't you say we dodged another bullet when Beal resigned?
No, what I said was when Beal resigned, it was time to move on from his flirtations because what he did was he led us astray. You know, he was sitting here, oh, I love the Heat. Oh, he's going to like all the him in a Heat jersey, the Photoshops. You know, Mrs. Beal, too. Oh, she loves the Heat Twitter. Loves it. And I was like, you know what? You know, don't put yourself out there, Bradley Beal, and then all of a sudden resign. You know, it's at least Giannis had the decency to act like he was on the Bucks. You know, Beal's out here and he's like, I'd love to be on the Heat. Man, I'll take my extension. You know, because we knew how it was going to end, Leroy. We knew how this was going to end, and this ends with the Wizards being the Wizards. He really thought it was going to be different. He really thought that life was going to be different in Washington with John Wall gone and having Russell Westbrook. And the facts are John Wall's looked better than Russell Westbrook this season. Okay? And so, ergo.
Because he is better.
Fine, whatever. But he's coming off the Achilles. So either way, he brings in Russell Westbrook, thinks it's going to be different. He's got this boob Scott Brooks who can't get anybody to defend. And now, you know, he looks around and goes, how much longer can I take this disaster? Not much longer.
So he's coming to this conclusion. He's getting to this conclusion after 10 games?
Yes.
I don't want him.
It's not 10
If
games.
he's coming, I don't want him.
Get out of here.
Nope.
Get out of here. Get out of here. So
That
okay,
means he's
so
going to fold up shop when things get a little tough.
Excuse me. Let me get this straight. Oh, really? I'm sorry you're going to get quad boxed today. So let me get this straight. You're off Bradley Beal because of 10 games, but James Harden, who wants out before the season starts, makes no sense. Buxton.
No, but he didn't commit. What? No. Here's the difference.
Didn't commit? He has 3 years left on his deal.
Hold on. They offered him a 2-year extension worth $50+ million per.
Leroy, he still has 3 years left on his deal. Still has deal. What are we talking about? He's more rats off a ship than Bradley Beal is.
No, he's not.
Way more rats off a ship, dude.
Why? If you just go by years left on the contract, Bradley Beal has more years.
No, Bradley Beal gave it 10 games. James Harden gave it 0. Get me out of here.
What do you mean 0?
0.
He gave
Minus
it 2
games.
years.
What? All these deals that he keeps giving him, he's like, please give me Dwight Howard. Never mind, I hate him. Oh, please give me Chris Paul. Never mind, I hate him. Russell Westbrook, hate him. Can't make up his mind. He's rats off a ship on everybody.
But you know what? Who scores 40 every night? 35, 40. Harden?
Yeah, but we don't have to worry about the strip club thing with Bradley Beal down here.
No. Here.
Culture.
Hold on.
Perfect culture map.
There has been players in their respected professions that were wild, just out there. But you never had to worry about them on game day.
Texter writes in.
Have you ever worried about Harden on game day?
Yeah, I do. Whenever it's an elimination game. If it's an elimination game, I worry heavily that he's going to throw up a terrible game because he doesn't have the guts. Texter writes in. Tobin just pulled a Juju Smith-Schuster. How did I pull a Juju? Tobin, you are insufferable. Always with the whales. Not everyone wants to come to the Heat, bro. I swear, Heat fans are so irrational. Okay, bro. You know what? Do yourself a favor then. Go watch Kings basketball. All right. If you love your can do and your hope and your promise. Probably a Knicks fan, which is the most ironic. All right. I see the guy's area code. The guy goes out there and he's like, the Mecca, bro.
Yeah, he's Hawaiian.
You have a It's probably Helwani texting in. Texter writes in. Another texter writes in.
I believe Tobin said Beal didn't have the guts. You did say that.
He didn't have the guts. But
now he does.
One can get the guts back.
He went and found some damn guts on the street. Some people find a 20. He find a little bag of guts.
One can find the guts.
What's wrong with you? Can you go buy guts?
You can find the guts.
Can you Amazon guts to your house?
No. But you can dig deep and find the guts.
Oh, he hadn't dug deep enough.
No.
He was just scratching the surface.
No.
But once he dug deeper, he looked in there and he said, "Oh, guts. I'll use these. I now want to go to the Heat."
His guts were talking to him. They're just begging for him to reach into his guts.
Another texter writes said, if what Duncan Robinson said is true, his mom must really hate Tobin.
Oh, yes.
That's not true. First of all, I put
yes.
No.
Yes.
Mrs. Robinson.
Only second. You know who's second? Tyler Hero's mom.
No, because I put Duncan Robinson on the map. That's the facts, Jack. All right? Nobody was talking about Duncan Robinson before this guy.
Hey,
right here.
Nobody was talking about Kendrick Nunn before Beast.
Oh, get out of here. And what has he done? Big Kendrick Nunn. Where has he been?
Got the Rona.
Again. He got it twice.
Wait, he didn't get it again?
I don't know what happened. Contact tracing. Doesn't even make sense.
I mean, look, I get the contract tracing. Why should I be penalized if I would just knew the guy who had the Rona?
None of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. Duncan Robinson.
Can I respond to this? I don't understand why Leroy loves Harden so much. The most boring basketball player ever. Dribble, shoot. This guy here. I've said this about James Harden, right? He is a great player. I'm going to assume that if he approves or he accepts a trade to Miami, that he won't be that same player because he is a great player. That he will change his game to fit what the Heat do here, and he's one of the few people in the league that if you need somebody to get a shot, he can get a shot off, no matter what, a good shot. And he can handle the ball. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I love James Harden. I think he's a great player. And you guys think that this is the James Harden you're going to see for the rest of his career. No, it's not.
I mean, dude, how many 3 for 27s do you need to see with this team up against it before you're like, maybe the guy comes up small?
We've said that about a number of players before they finally won.
I know.
Yes, we have.
Yes,
we have.
31.
Yes, we have. I know. Sometimes
31.
Sometimes it takes a little longer.
Another text writes in, why does Duncan sound like his mom brings him a glass of milk between segments?
Yeah.
Ma, I'm doing my podcast.
Or he Ma, meatloaf.
Never know what he's doing
not now. I have Coron on the show.
And he kind of sounds like Myers Leonard, like a little baby giant. Not the full-blown Myers giant, but a little one.
Oh, man.
Listen.
I want Myers Leonard to have a podcast about just living life as a giant. All the struggles.
Somebody said it's a 3-month stay for COVID. So if it's been over 3 months and you have symptoms again, you could be considered a re-effect.
Oh, I'd hate to be a reinfect.
Somebody said he's 31. You can't change his game. I'm telling you, man. Like, beware of the guy. Beware of the pro that plays the way he has to play. Don't like just think, oh, he's playing that way because he wants to play. Leroy, don't tell Zaslow you like Harden. Another guy. He must think the same thing. He must think James Harden's going to play like this for the rest of his career.
How much more time does he have? He's 31.
I only need him to have 3 years.
I will say.
That's when Jimmy Butler's contract's up.
Yep.
So, yep, that's it. You think Pat Riley is going to wait around? Something happening.
I would say
why?
If they
because
keep
if you've been around Pat Riley long enough, you know something's a coming. Something's brewing.
Well,
you don't know what it is, but it's coming.
is it hard to judge now? Because I wonder what this whole Rona situation does for the Heat. Like, they're in this weird spot where now you don't know when you're getting your players back. You don't know, what the future of the NBA holds. I wonder how that does mess up deals as far as like wanting to pull the trigger on something blockbuster.
I would say it does, but when you look at what's going on in the league, everybody's still dealing with the same circumstances. So,
yeah, I know, but it's such a roll of the dice. It seems of like who are they going to take out? Because it's not even like you get Rona. It's just like contact tracing. Because it seems like the only guy that seems like it got it because they said he was going to be out for several days was Avery Bradley. They came out like right away, and then everybody else was just like, this guy can't travel yet. This guy can't travel yet till they get the whole tests in,
right,
and whatnot.
I mean, I get it. I mean, look, it wouldn't scare me for making trades because it's not like, I mean, they have access to all of the health care that they need and the preventative measures.
And plus,
so
we
I'm
know
not gonna not take a guy or make a trade because of COVID.
James Harden had the Rona.
Yeah, what do you got? He got it from having two cheeks in his face.
Probably.
Like, make it clap. Just clapping, just Rona in his eyeballs, in his face. He can't. I gotta go now.
Cheek
then
fit
2
19?
days later, I've got a
Rona.
fever. I can't taste.
I saw yesterday. It said at the San Diego Zoo they had animals catching COVID. It's like sheep starting to get it from the cheeks. It's like we're learning some new things. We can get it. Certain wildlife can get it. We know you can get it from objects from a certain number of hours, and the cheeks, immediate contact.
Yep.